everybody. Welcome to the Stop, Drop, and Knit podcast. This is episode 32. My name is Lisa, and I am coming to you from Long Island, New York. I am actually wearing a sweater today because I finished it. I have a finished object, and I haven't had a what am I wearing segment in such a long time. So I'm not really sure if I'm gonna last the whole episode in the sweater or not because it's kind of miserably hot out here. It's not as bad as it was because I'm recording this in the early evening, so the sun is not like beating overhead or anything like that. But yeah, I have a finished object, so we're gonna just dive into what am I wearing, finished objects, because it's all one and the same today. But first, before we do that, I wanted to say thank you guys so much, all 2,067 of you who are currently subscribed to my channel. I think last episode I mentioned that we had just gone over the 2,000 mark and I wanted to announce a giveaway. So I will be doing that in today's episode, so stay tuned to see what the giveaway is and what you need to do to enter. Okay, so now let's go into what am I wearing. Okay, so today I am finally wearing my summer folk sweater. This is a test knit that I was working on for Annie Lupton. I had to back out of finishing it on time because my mother-in-law was suddenly admitted to the ICU last month, and so things were kind of crazy. But it is finished now and I love it so much. So I'm gonna stand up so you can see how it fits. I think it turned out so cute. So it's slightly cropped. So I am wearing just slightly high-waisted pants, and I love this so much. This was worth doing, what did I say it was, 5 swatches for, I think I did 5 swatches with all different yarns to figure out what yarn was going to get me the closest to my row gauge, because of the Twisted Stitches chart on the front of the sweater, it's knit to a certain amount of rows rather than inches. So the last time I did one of these, I did not do a gauge swatch, and my gauge, especially in the row department, was quite a bit shorter, and I had to like crazy block that thing to get it long enough and to get it to fit. Thankfully, that did not happen with this. I very, very lightly blocked this, and it is perfect. So the yarn that I ended up using, this is Bare Yarns, or is it Naked Yarns? Naked Yarns? Bare Yarns? I think it's called Naked Yarns. I'm gonna put it on the screen because I just had a mind blank about what yarn it is that I used for this. But this was an undyed yarn. So I dyed this using oak leaves that I collected over Memorial Day weekend after we had a big storm here that knocked all kinds of branches and leaves on the ground. And this was dyed with all of those oak leaves, and I think it's so pretty. This is actually it's not the first yarn that I have dyed naturally. I have done a whole bunch of natural dyeing prior to using the oak leaves. I think it's the first time I used leaves though to dye with, and it is definitely the first time that I actually have an object that I have knit up out of my own naturally dyed yarn. So it feels amazing to actually have turned this into a garment, and to know that this tree that I spent my childhood with, this tree has been at this house my entire life. And when we leave, which is actually going to be happening pretty soon, I will always have a piece of this property with me in this garment, which is just kind of a different way to remember it by. So I think that that is really cool. I wanted to show you guys. So last time I mentioned how I was seriously playing yarn chicken with this sweater, and I was not sure that I was going to have enough to finish it. It was so close, you guys. I actually got like halfway through the bind off on the second sleeve and ran out of yarn, and I had to use like an end, I had to basically cut off like a really long end that I needed to weave in order to finish it. This is all that I have left of my hand-dyed yarn, of this sweater yarn. It's like a couple of really short pieces from weaving in ends. Yeah, I just dropped some of it, but it's basically like a handful of ends from weaving them in. I think that I have 3 or 4 that are long enough that I might be able to go back in and fix up the stitches and add some like pearl bumps in here. You guys can see I had a brain fart. I was working on this in the car when we had to have our emergency trip down to Florida to visit my mother-in-law, and so my head was not exactly all there, but basically this pearl bump here is here. It's not supposed to be here. This pearl bump is supposed to be here, and I did the same thing on this flower here. So I don't know, you know, it doesn't even bother me. It's like one of those things where I don't know, it's handmade. It's not like meant to be perfect. I am a perfectionist. I'm a Virgo, so my perfectionist tendency is hardcore. But I have learned to be really forgiving with myself, with my knitting and mistakes and things like that. I mean, it's not perfect. There's a couple of other things in here. I don't know. There's a couple of spots. I think there's another, somewhere, like right here, I twisted a stitch. Wasn't supposed to be twisted there. I don't know what was happening. I just, you know, working on things in the car, usually I try to work on things that are mindless, that I don't have to think about, but I did have a deadline that I was hoping at that time to still be able to potentially meet. And so I went ahead with this in the car on our drive back from Florida to New York. And you know, it's been a crazy month, and you know, I was distracted with my mother-in-law's health, and yeah, so it is okay. I have a little label that I might sew into this, and it says perfectly imperfect. And so I don't know if I even feel like fixing these flowers. I might just take one of those labels and sew it into the back and just call it a day. Or I might not even sew a label in it and just say, hey, you know, this is what it is. I love it. It doesn't bother me. I know that it's kind of obvious. I don't think that I care. I don't think that I care. But I do maybe potentially have a couple of long enough strands that I'm gonna save this so that if it does start to bother me at some point, I can go back in and correct it a little bit. I mean, I'm still gonna have the extra set of pearl bumps on each of the flowers on this side. It's not gonna change that. You know, whatever. It's just knitting, you guys. It's just knitting. And I love the sweater. I think that it is really interesting how much the color of this sweater, how different it looks depending on the lighting. I'm gonna insert a couple of pictures so that you can see, like, I put it down like on our deck here and took a picture of it, and it looks like this really deep caramel color, which is pretty similar to what I have now. And then I took a picture of it on the grass in front of the oak tree, and it looks like so much paler than this. Both of them are beautiful. It just, I don't even know, it just looks so different that it makes you think that it's the same sweater knit with two different colors. I don't know. I love it. And so this is my one and only finished object for today. Annie, it is finally done. I will get those pictures to you and up on my Ravelry project page very soon. I promise to do that this weekend. And that is it. So yeah, Summer Folk by Annie Lupton. The pattern was really fun to knit. The twisted stitches, it's actually really easy. You do have to just kind of pay attention if you don't want to make silly mistakes like I did. But yeah, I love it and I highly recommend this. I'm getting kind of warm, but I'm going to try to power through for this episode because it's just been a while since I've had a hand knit on. So I'm excited about that. All right, so let's move on to whips. Okay, so I have a second test knit sweater that I have fallen behind on with the emergency trip to Florida that I am still working on finishing up, also for Annie Lupton of Boho Chic Fiber Co. And I am knitting this one out of the yarn that Wonderland Yarn sent me for my first brand ambassador project. So they sent me very kindly a sweater quantity of Kerfluffle, which is this gorgeous color. It's like a off-white kind of color with all kinds of rainbow jewel toned speckles in it. And this is a DK weight yarn on their Alice base, which is a superwash merino and silk blend. It's a 70-30, 70% superwash merino, 30% silk. And I am working on what is this one called? The Lola Chic sweater, which also just came out maybe 2 weeks ago now. And I have gotten it connected over at the top. And I did the neckband last night too. So it's this really, really cute, again, like a cropped, it's even more cropped than this one. You guys can see. Definitely this one needs something under it, at least for me. Annie pairs hers with a really cute dress. But I put it on last night and it fits really perfectly. I just have to figure out what I'm gonna wear underneath it. Yeah, so last night I finished up the shoulder shaping on the back. So this is what it's looking like on the plain stockinette side in this yarn, really pretty. So I did the shoulder shaping and then I was able to mattress stitch the sleeves together, the shoulders together. And I decided to go ahead and get the neckband over with because I hate doing neckbands. I really hate it. Picking up stitches, I've gotten so much better at it, but it is like got to be one of my least favorite aspects of making a garment is having to pick up stitches. So I still have to pick up stitches and do the sleeves. This is gonna be long sleeved, but I think it's so cute. And the textured stitch pattern is showing up so well. It is so well. So yeah, I'm really, really pleased with this. I think I'm gonna try to knock out both sleeves this week if I can, because I am just ready to get this one kind of done and put away for the fall when it's a little bit cooler out. Maybe I should only commit to one sleeve. I don't know. In my head, I want to get both sleeves done and just have another finished object. So we will see how that goes. So that is the status of my Lola Chic sweater. So I'm actually really pleased. I mean, I really only focused on these two sweaters for my knitting this week. I didn't really knit on that much else. I have one more whip and I'll show that to you. But yeah, I still haven't started my shawl, which I wanted to start, and I still haven't done any more work on head wig. I just really wanted to get this one finished because this one was getting so close. And then I really wanted to get this one to the point of knitting the sleeves. That was my goal for this week too, because that had been so close to that point as well. So yeah, so I'm really pleased with the progress that I made on both of those. Yeah, let me show you the other whip that I have. let's go ahead and move on to the knit-worthy section. Okay, so the only other whip that I have spent time working on this week was my mother-in-law's shawl. So I wanted to give you an update on the shawl, but more an update on how my mother-in-law is doing. So I got almost another full repeat done on the shawl. So this is just about halfway. Like we are just a few rows shy, like maybe a dozen rows shy of this officially being halfway done. And it is so lovely. This is the classic Hampton wrap by Lisa Hoffman, which is a pattern exclusive to Long Island Yarn and Farm with the purchase of their yarn. And so my mother-in-law had ordered this yarn for me to knit her this shawl for Christmas. And I had just picked it up. This is the color Earth Shine, and I don't have the label right here, but it is it's alpaca. Why can't I say the word alpaca? It's an alpaca. Why is that so hard? Alpaca. It is an alpaca silk blend. I think it's a 90% alpaca and then 10% silk. Or maybe it's 80% and 20% silk. I don't exactly remember. But it is beautiful. You can see the blue is what is the silk in there. It's so gorgeous. So she picked a really great color, and I picked it up, and then I showed it to her. I said, I picked this up for you. And then a couple days later, she was in the ICU. And we didn't know for a while if she was ever going to get this shawl. So basically, I put my test knits aside, and on our drive down to Florida, I started knitting this wrap for Mary, my mother-in-law. And I had just been pouring my love into it, mostly on our trip to Florida. But I am so happy to let you guys know that, so let's see, last time I talked to you guys, she had just moved into LTAC, some long-term basically therapy, rehab, a long-term rehab. So the goal is to get her into a regular rehab facility pretty soon. I forget the exact timeline. But you guys, she is eating Chick-fil-A. Bryce's stepdad is sneaking in some Chick-fil-A for her, which I guess she has a chicken sandwich that she really likes. And she also posted a Facebook status update the other day. So she still has such a long way to go, but like the fact that she was back on Facebook the other day, and she was so bored that she called everybody. So my husband got a phone call from his mom. Like, it was the second time he talked to her. I think last time I updated you guys, we hadn't yet been able to talk to her or FaceTime with her or anything. And then I think the following weekend, my husband got to, sorry, I've got a bug bite, I am itching. My husband got to talk to his mom on the phone. And then a few days later, she called him and was just like, hey, I'm bored, what's going on? So yeah, we just didn't think that, for a while there, we didn't think that he would ever talk to his mom again. And the fact that she is now calling him a little bit and on Facebook a little bit. I mean, she is super tired. I was sad to have missed her call the other day. But Owen got to talk to her too. So that was really great because he hadn't talked to her since before the whole thing happened. So that was cool. Bryce and Owen got to talk to Mary, and yeah, so I'm like the only one that hasn't talked to her since we were down in Florida. So Mary, give me a call. Let me know what you think of your shawl. I'm working on it a little bit more slowly now, but that's because I expect you're gonna be here for Christmas so that I can give this to you for Christmas and not like next week. So hang in there. All right, so you guys, that is all the knitting content that I have for you today. But don't leave yet because there is more to come. And I think right now I am going to go ahead and announce the giveaway prize and come up with something for you guys to say in the comments if you are interested in entering the 2,000 subscriber giveaway. So let me dig that out. Okay guys, let's talk about my 2,000 subscriber giveaway. First of all, thank you all so much for subscribing to my channel. I am so excited to have over 2,000 subscribers. I remember when I started this channel back in November, I didn't know what the heck I was doing. I just kind of one day on a whim said, I feel like talking about my knitting to some people and hopefully somebody will watch. And then all of a sudden, like, you guys started subscribing and showing up for me like all the time. And it's been really exciting. I am not gonna let this channel go anytime soon because I am having too much fun doing it. So for the giveaway, speaking of Tabitha over at Long Island Yarn and Farm, Tabitha was generous enough to sponsor my giveaway this time. So she has graciously given one lucky winner a beautiful skein of yarn and a shepherdess soap. So let me tell you about these beautiful prizes. Her products are perfection. They are amazing. I have used her shepherdess soap before, not in this exact scent. Actually, this one is unscented. So I'm pretty sure she did that on purpose in case, you know, she didn't want anybody to have like sensitivity to a specific scent or anything. So this one is her shepherdess soap, unscented with cracked oats. I don't know, it still smells lovely even though it is unscented. So that is her label there for this soap, and I'm not going to open it, but it's a beautiful, beautiful bar of soap. Yeah, let's see, it says our all-natural shepherdess soap cleanses gently, nurtures dry, sensitive skin with high quality lanolin and exfoliates with the organic oats. So they exfoliates, sorry, with the organic oats. So yeah, it is beautiful. It is just, yeah, her soap is a dream. So this is a small thing, but then she was also generous enough to donate this beautiful limited edition skein of yarn. And this must be brand new because I have not been keeping up with her the last few weeks with everything going on. And this is a blend that she has not had before. So this is her limited edition yarn, fingering weight yarn. It is 300 yards of 50% alpaca, 30% rambouillet, and 20% bamboo. And this color is called Dune Road. So yeah, it is gorgeous. I think this shade is just really, really lovely. So I want to know, to enter the giveaway, I know that Tabitha loves brown, and she gets frustrated sometimes that some people overlook the brown yarns in favor for the fun colors that she does sometimes, because her browns are absolutely beautiful. They're natural browns. They are, you know, like the color of her animals, and gorgeous. I mean, let's see, this one that I just showed you guys is, you know, this is a beautiful natural brown, so pretty, and they're just gorgeous. So I want to know, do you guys like brown yarn? If so, what is your favorite shade of brown? Do you prefer like an all natural brown, like from the actual animal, undyed, or like a naturally dyed brown? Or do you like something that's more like synthetically dyed to achieve a certain shade of brown that you just can't naturally? I don't know. That's a silly thing to ask you guys, but I didn't really know what to ask you guys. I just want to know what you guys think of brown. And of course, to enter, you need to comment below with that information, and you must be subscribed to my channel. I will not make following Tabitha a requirement to enter the giveaway, but because I don't think there's any way I could check on that. But I do want to encourage you guys to go on over. She is very active on Instagram stories, and she is always doing cute close-ups with her llamas or animals, and she's on there all the time. She's got a great account, and she's really built up a family of people who just really, really admire her, and she works so hard for her animals, and she's just like the most caring llama mom you could ever imagine. She is fantastic. So go on over and follow Long Island Yarn and Farm on Instagram. Leave me a comment below, subscribe to my channel, and tell me about brown yarn. Tell me about brown yarn. I think this is gorgeous. This is just very natural. I think she did it that way on purpose so that it was a color that anybody could use, whoever was to win this. Somebody could find something useful to do with this gorgeous yarn. So yeah, I am kind of sad that I can't keep this for myself, but I am excited to pass it on to one of you very soon. And again, thank you guys so much for subscribing. It just means the world to me. So now let's move on and talk about my spinning update and then my natural dyeing. Okay guys, I actually have a pretty exciting spinning update for you guys today. I am finally plying. I am plying my yarn. Last time I was working on finishing the last of my singles, and I've now started plying. You guys, this is Frabjous Fibers, which is part of Wonderland Yarns. It's the fiber aspect of the business. This is a fiber that I picked up 3 or 4 years ago on a trip to Vermont. So this is a stash, like kind of deep-ish stash as far as fiber goes. I think I got this when I was a very brand new spinner. So maybe it's only been like 3 years. I want to say it's been 4. I don't know. But you guys know purple is my favorite. This colorway is called Iris. And I got just like the cutest little skein of yarn all plied together. It's not finished yet, like I didn't wash it or anything, but isn't this just so cute? It is so cute. Let me untwist this so I can show you guys a little bit closer up how the plying and what my yarn looks like. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. It kind of reminds me of Spin Cycle with all the barber pole striping in it. So I was trying to hold it kind of close so you can see there's like this lighter purple section and there's some green. So there's some that like the colors like over here, like the green and purple are blended together, and then other sections where it's more just like the purple and white or the green and green. It's so pretty. I just love it so much. It's so pretty. Yeah, I think probably the most exciting part of the spinning process for me is when you start plying and you see what your yarn is looking like what it is actually going to look like when it is all said and done. And it's so cute. This little thing is so cute. I'm trying to tie my skein back up here. So yeah, so now the goal is now to finish plying the rest of it before the next episode, because I've been getting some beautiful fiber in the yarn from Paradise Fibers the last couple of months, and I really, really want to get spinning with something new. Not that I'm tired of this, because I'm not, but there's just so much fiber in my stash that I just can't wait to spin up. So, and that is my spinning update for today. We are going to move over into acquisitions really quick, and then we will talk natural dyeing. Okay guys, so I told you I wasn't going to be buying any more yarn, and I didn't. What I have is my sock yarn subscription. I did say that I was still getting this at least through the end of 2021. So I figured I picked this up today, and I would open it on the podcast, and we can see together what this month's color is, because that's always exciting. So you guys get like the whole like first impression thing here. Yeah, so I subscribe to Knitterly Things Sock Yarn of the Month Club. She's got 2 different clubs, and I am subscribed to both of them. And yeah, it's always fabulous. Ooh, these are nice and bright. Look at these, you guys. All right, so let's see what each of them are. This first one, Meadows Remix. So this is her remix club, and that is where she takes a colorway that she did like years ago, and she reimagines it into something a little bit different, but based on that original yarn that she did. So yeah, so this is like really pretty. It's pink and green, and oh, I do see some speckles in there too. All right, cool. Waiting for the dirt bikes to go past, the noise. Yeah, so I see some speckles in there too. Do you guys see the speckles? So it's always fun when she puts a speckly section in there. I've knit up a few, the mosquitoes are out, I'm just so itchy. I've knit up a few socks where she's kind of done like a few like solid color stripes, and then one whitish section with speckles of all the colors in the stripes, and they came out so cute. So yeah, so it's blue and pink and green, and the white has speckles of those colors in it. And then she's got this little like hot pink. No, she didn't say what the name of the color is, but it's kind of like magenta. So that's really fun. And then this one is so bright too. Summer Waves. So these are both the July 2021 colorway. I know it's August now. She sends them at the end of the month. So she dyes them in the month that it says on the label, and then she mails them out. So this is her Vesper Sock Yarn Club, which is her just regular like new stuff. And those are really fun colors. I like that it's a mix. Like some of the colors look kind of neonish, but not all of them. It's like a mix between jewel tones with the magenta and the teal. And then like you've got like this bright neonish green and a really light teal, and then a bright yellow. So that's really pretty. And then she put like a forest green in for the heels and toes if you want to do that. So that's a gorgeous green, and it's got like a little bit of tonal variation in there. It's super pretty. So yeah, this is my July 21 Sock Yarn Club from Julia. She opens it up every few months, I think 4 times a year. She opens up the subscription. You can do either the whole year, and I pay monthly. You can pay for the whole year at once if you want. I don't do that. But then she also opens up for like a quarterly subscription as well. So it's like every 3 months. So I guess this is July, August, and September. So this is like the start of the 3-month period. So probably a bit late to join in, but look out for it in the fall. I guess October, November, December would be the last one, right? So probably sometime in September, she'll start announcing like the next 3-month club. So, all right, guys, it is time to talk about natural dyeing. I'm so excited. It's like my favorite segment. I think you guys all know that by now. So yeah, let's go to natural dyeing. Okay, natural dyeing. First up, let's have a look. Not at this one. That one's gonna leak all over me, and I don't want it leaking on my sweater. But I let these get some oxygen in them today. This is one that I mixed up. This has some lichen in it. And I put this in here with the ammonia water solution to ferment at the end of June. And we are getting a nice deep red. So you see those reddish bubbles in there. So another I'm gonna say another 8 weeks probably on this one until it starts to go a little bit purple. You could use it now and probably get a reddish. I don't know. These dirt bikes are driving me mad today. Noise pollution on my podcast. So this is the same exact time. So this is gonna have that same reddish tint. And then these are like a week or two later. So these haven't turned red yet. These are still looking pretty yellow in there. So these are gonna take a bit longer. Yeah. And then of course I've got my iron bath that I just started before the last podcast. So this is kind of starting to, I don't know if you can see through that at all. You shouldn't be able to. It's starting to kind of turn. I'm going to actually start to play with this tonight. I'm going to take some of my black walnut skeins that were in like the more exhausted dye bath and came out pretty pale. And I'm going to see if I can do an iron after bath with those. So I am excited to try that out. Let's talk about the yarn that I dyed up since the last podcast. If these dirt bikes would ever go away, oh my God. I'm probably gonna have to just power through and try to talk through all of these dirt bikes going up and down the street. There used to be like a few houses down, like my entire life, there's like basically a lot that nobody had put a house in. So it was just like overgrown woods, and kids have been riding their dirt bikes through that and like in the woods behind the house like my entire life. And just last week they plowed like half of it because somebody bought the land and is having a house built there. They're not supposed to be going there right now. I mean, not that they ever were, but really not supposed to be dirt biking through that lot, which is now like privately owned. So, you guys, I dyed with avocados this week. So excited. You guys ready? Look at my yarn. It is so pretty. Okay, so I'm gonna separate it out because I did a few different things with this that I am excited to tell you about. I'm gonna stick in a picture. I've got like the skeins opened up, lying over like my fence, like side by side by side, so that you can see all of the beautiful colors. So while I am figuring out which dye bath and what pH level things we're at, I will insert that picture here. I'm gonna get these sitting up here. All right, so the very first thing that I did, the first thing I did was I ate avocados. I've been eating avocados for over a year actually, and storing the pits and the skins in the freezer downstairs, and then I ate a couple of fresh ones. So I probably had about 10 pits and skins, like avocado skins. So some people will put just the pits in the dye bath, and some people will put just the skins in the dye bath, and then sometimes people mix them together. And all of those ways are completely valid. They will give you different colors and different shades. So I've only actually thrown it all in together. I have not yet done like just the pits or just the avocado skins. I'm just like a throw it all in kind of girl. So that was what I did. And I put it's 2 different bases. I think it's just 2 different bases, right? Yeah, these are both. So I've got 2 different bases, but 3 skeins that went into my very first dye bath. So this is without doing anything to it, just pure up avocado. And I got the most beautiful blush mauve-y pink. It is so pretty. It is so pretty. And I love how like all of the natural colors just look so good together. They all do. Nature is amazing. So this base here is, what is it? I can tell you what it is. Exact percentages. 70% extra fine merino wool, 20% royal alpaca, and 10% mulberry silk. So it's a fingering weight yarn, and that is the fiber content of this one. And so beautiful. I'm gonna have a really hard time selling you guys my avocado yarn, but I think I am just gonna have to eat more avocados, which is not a bad thing. And then this one that turns out probably the lightest, but so pretty. This one is just 100% merino. It is a singles base, and it's just so pretty and so soft. It's so pretty. It's like, this one kind of reminds me of ballerina pink. I don't know. It's so nice. So this was just the very first dye bath that I did, and I always put a lot of stuff in my first dye bath, so I always have so much dye bath left over. I think I took a picture and not just a video. If not, I will take a screenshot within the video. I want to show you guys what these yarns looked like actually after just using the same dye bath and getting the second extraction from the color. Beautiful, but they came out so much paler, and that is to be expected. And so I decided to have a little bit of fun because, all right, I did have one acquisition, but it's not yarn. It is, I got pH test strips, you guys. I got pH test strips, and I got, take it out of here. You guys can see what this is. And I got pure natural washing soda. It is pure soda ash. So this is sodium carbonate. And so Bryce ordered this for me on Amazon. And I started playing with some chemistry stuff this week in my dyeing. And oh my goodness, so much fun. So what I did was, as soon as I got the pH strips, like, I've never had the pH strips before, so I didn't have any idea what level my pH level my water was just at. So I am at a very neutral pH 7, which is like perfect middle ground. And then what I did was I put in just a little bit of the soda ash to make it more alkaline, a more basic, I think is a more basic solution. So I raised it to pH 11, and by raising the pH level, you're supposed to be able to bring out more of the pinks in the avocado dye bath. Because some people will get like a beautiful, more like beige, peachy beige kind of color. So it can look more brownish, peachy-ish. Mine already was looking like a beautiful pink, and I think that that's because of the amount of avocado pits that I had in there. I think that the amount of avocado pits and avocados in general that you use definitely has an effect on like the saturation of pink that you are going to get. But I did see that you could make it bring out the pink tones even more by raising the pH level a bit. So I raised it to 11 with the soda ash, and so you guys saw the picture of how pale they were, and look at these gorgeous skeins of yarn. So they do all look a little bit different, so I'm gonna tell you what I did. There's only one. This one here, the lightest one, is the merino base. So I'll hold these up next to each other. This one here was with the pH 7, so just the regular pH. And then this one was with the pH 11. So it's like a different tone of pink. I don't know if it looks more pink than this one, but it's certainly, by the time I had pretty much almost exhausted that dye bath, it was definitely losing a lot of the pink tone that the first batch had already soaked up. So what this what it did, I don't think it made it necessarily more pink than the first batch, but it definitely helped as my dye bath was starting to exhaust itself and the color was starting to go away. It helped revive the pink quite a bit. And so that was what this one looked like. And so that's really pretty. And I was kind of dropping things. I was kind of experimenting. Like for a while, I put a jar with the raised pH level separately next to my dye pot. After I had reheated it, I raised the pH in just like a mason jar and put like half of the skein in that, and then let like the other half sit in the regular dye bath for a second time. And I did that for a while, and then eventually I just made the whole dye bath pH 11 and just dunked everything in. So I was kind of playing around with getting a little bit of a tonal yarn by having different amounts of time in the different dye baths. So I think this one, like you can see, there's a lot of tonal variety to this one, where there's some lighter sections and some darker sections. And so I think that that's kind of like a length of time those particular sections were sitting in the more alkaline solution. And then I kind of did that a little bit with these. It's a little bit tonal, but I at that point kind of just wanted to put them all in to I made the whole rest of the dye bath pH 11. And so I think it is tonal a bit. I think they're gorgeous. I love it. I like it so much. Oh my goodness. And so then I had a little bit left of the dye bath. And so this one here, I didn't bring out the other skeins to show you, but what I did was, this was one of my third dip in my black walnut dye bath. So it was pretty pale. I don't think you guys ever saw the third dip in the black walnut. So I had enough black walnut dye that I had like 3 or 4 I think I did 3 skeins for the first time. So the darkest ones were that first time in the dye bath. And then when I took those out, there was still so much color in the dye bath that I put a second 3 skeins in, which came out much lighter. And then I had enough color in there too, where I put like the walnuts back in the dye bath to try to get a little bit more color out of them. And then I put in 3 more skeins of yarn. So this was pretty pale. It was beautiful, but it was like a pretty pale brown. And so then what I did was I re-wet it and I sat it in the avocado dye bath with the pH of 11 that was more alkaline. And so this has like, it's like a brown, but it's got, especially compared to the other walnut dyed ones, it's definitely got a pinker tone to it. It is so pretty. So yeah, so that was my natural dyeing. Oh my gosh. You hold these all up again. The variety of shades of pink here is so gorgeous. This makes me so happy, guys. Oh my goodness. So yeah, I've got another few skeins that I had dyed with the black walnut that dye bath was pretty exhausted. So like for a couple more from like that third use of the same dye bath, where they came out much paler. So I am about to experiment with dunking those in some iron, because I guess anything that has tannins in it, like the avocados have tannins in it, and any of the barks that I've used. So the walnuts are from a walnut tree, so those all have tannins in them as well. So anything that has a natural tannin in them is sensitive to pH. So this is a way that you can like expand your palette of colors out of the same exact material, just by changing either the mordant ahead of time or doing some kind of after bath. So that's what I'm about to do this evening with with the iron here is put a little bit of it and making an iron bath to take some of that yarn that I dyed with the black walnuts, and I am excited to see how that changes those colors, because I had a lot of brown, and so I love brown. I mean, you guys are going to tell me what you think of brown, and you guys see, like, there's so many different shades of brown. This is a shade of brown. This to me is like more kind of on the caramel side, and then I mean, this is brown too, but this definitely, because I put it in with the avocado, has a little bit of a pink tone to it. Yeah, I mean, there's like 50 shades of gray, there's like 50 shades of brown, there's like a million browns. And so it's just like, not that I don't like the brown, but some of them are like so pale, and then they start to look pretty similar, and I only have like 20 something skeins of yarn that I was able to invest in starting up this little like natural dyeing experiment. I don't want to call it a business yet because I haven't started selling any of it yet. I am just having fun, and I want to see how much variety I can get just with a few dyes and just by altering the solution a little bit. So I'm going to take some of those really pale browns and see what happens in the iron, because the iron is supposed to darken it and like deepen, like satin. If they say satin the color, so kind of like a darker, like that's how you can start getting closer to like blacks and deep grays and things like that. So I have no idea what it's going to do to the black walnut. We will see. It's a pretty pale black walnut to begin with, so I will show you guys that next podcast. So stay tuned for that. I am like officially sweating, and I am out of things to talk about, so I am going to insert some footage of some trips that Owen and I took. We did a lot of foraging last week before the rain and before the weather got like, the last couple of days have been like sticky and hot and not great for walking around outdoors all day long. But like last week, the weather, it was like in the 70s like every day, and I think I took him somewhere different like every single day. And so I've got some video footage of some trails that we did, and a trip to the llama farm the other day to pick up the giveaway prize to share with you guys. So don't forget to enter that giveaway. You must be subscribed, and you must comment below. Tell me about brown, what you think. And thank you guys again so much. I will see you guys all next time. Have a wonderful everything. Are you guys back to school yet? We're not here until after Labor Day. So yeah, have a wonderful remaining days of summer if you guys are still on summer vacation, and I will see you guys all next time. Bye. It's coming a little closer. This is so gorgeous.
I just heard a sprinkle.
Look at how beautiful.
Do you feel sprinkles?
No.
I do.
Oh, and this
blue heron.
is gorgeous.
I mean, I just saw a blue heron.
Did you?
Yeah.
They have them here. Look.
So funny. I'm here.
Okay, 1 second.
The hair comb.
I saw a hair comb too, yeah. Not exactly nature.
No, all the way over
Look
there.
at these beautiful flowers though.
See a feather down there.
This is
See a feather in the water.
gorgeous.
Mommy, come here. I see a feather in the water.
I see it too. I can't get that one for you though. Smile. Big smile. Put your head up. There we go.
That looks so hard.
Cute little teepee. What? So beautiful.
Those are going to be in deeper water. The frogs are crazy.
You gonna make a teepee?
Yeah. The small teeth, because I don't have that many sticks. This is hard.
Made a little teepee for the turtles.
Yeah.
It's really cute.
Hi, do you like see I'm going all the way
Yeah.
around the tree? Oh, this is going to be
That's a nice big one.
end of the teepee.
I like it. Ta-da!
Hard.
All right, we have to keep moving.
Oh, I don't really want to end in. Graffiti?
Yep,
Is the whole graffiti?
this is the old cranberry building for the cranberry bog.
Can't get up it. Mommy, could you lift me up before you start the video again?
Ooh. Funny face. You see that funny face up there?
Where? Where?
All right, come over here. There's a green and pink funny face.
Where?
On the top, right? And an eyeball.
Ah!
And then there's this, which is so pretty.
Could we get closer?
Not too close here. That's good. Turn around and wave.
Bye.
Head up. Hi, goats.
Oh, I fell.
How are you, goats?
Fell.
Did you catch that chicken again?
Yes.
Yes. Hi, goats. You want to say hi to the goat?
Hi, goat.
Yep.
Same
Same
one.
goat.
Let me see if this is the same goat.
How about hi? Hi there. You're so sweet. You're so cute. I know. Can you say ba? What do you think? You say ba? You say ba?
Ba. She said ba.
Ha.
She's so cute.
I know.
Is
All right.
she adorable?
Yep. Hello, alpaca. Hi. You're the lone alpaca here, aren't you? Yeah.
Huh?
Hi.
I hope he would lose a feather so
Hi there. Hi.
I said it a llama.
Nice haircut.
Mommy, do you know which one I petted?
I know. Oh,
said
that's
that
here's
one.
her name. Dang. One of them's Francesca, I think. Well, hi. You got a kiss. You got a kiss.
I got a kiss. You
Hi.
got a kiss.
What are you eating the thing for?
Very stronger teeth.
You're silly. Look at you. Well, hello there. Hi, guys.
Why are
Hi.
they looking at you and
Because
not
I have a
me?
camera. You want to give
Mommy,
a llama
Mommy.
kiss? Hold on.
Mommy,
You want a llama kiss?
I want a llama
Hi.
kiss.
It's okay. He's gonna look at you. Oh,
He
hi.
bowed at me.
Hi. You guys are beautiful. Handsome fellas. Yeah. You guys gonna give Owen a kiss? No? It's okay.
I like you better than me. Ah, look at that guy. Look at that guy. No, look at the other guy.
Oh. Are you eating the gate too? What are you doing? No wonder why you've got crazy
Mommy.
teeth.
Look, he has his ears up, and
Yeah.
then when I put his hand, his ears are down.
Yep. What are you eating? Oh, careful. What are you eating the fence for? No wonder why your teeth are all funky. Aww. You guys look like you're gonna kiss almost.
Look at me. You gotta take a picture of me. Take a picture of
Hi, baby Carly.
What is the other baby?
I forget the other baby's name, but look here comes baby Carly.
Hi, baby Carly.
Hi. Aww.
I got a kiss.
Oh, you scared her?
Mommy, I got 2 kisses and you
Uh-uh.
only got 1
I didn't
kiss.
get any kisses.
No, remember the goat.
No.
It licked you, remember?
Yeah.
The goat kissed you. You got 1, I got 2.
Okay. Hi, Maria. Are you Maria? I forget who had baby. I forget who her mommy is. Hi. Are you Maria? I forget. Hi. It's Mama. What you got there?
A chicken.
A chicken. Well, let it down carefully. Let him down carefully.